Okay, good afternoon to everyone that has joined us today. Welcome to yet another workshop at the University of Johannesburg Research Capacity Development Unit in collaboration with the UJ Library. Today's workshop is titled Atlas TI Advanced Level 2. My name is Kokezo Pila and I will be your moderator for today's session. And firstly, I would like to notify you that this workshop is being recorded and I have already pressed the recording button. And I would like to thank all our attendees for taking the time to join us today in this workshop. And most importantly, I would like to thank our presenter, Mr. Given Singo, for his effort with preparing and giving this presentation. Before I can introduce Mr. Singo to you, I would like to please go over some housekeeping rules and some important information. And so for the housekeeping rules, if you do have questions during the presentation, please raise your hand if you would like to speak, or you can type your question in the chat box. I will then indicate to the presenter to address your question. And as I have already mentioned, that this session is being recorded and the presentation slides and the recording will be uploaded on our Moodle communities and the RCDMS by the end of the week. And also a feedback survey will be sent out during the session on the chat box. Please may we request that you fill the survey out for us to gain some insight on whether this workshop was useful and how we can improve in the future. And this allows you to also suggest some of the topics that you would like for us to cover. And by filling out the feedback survey, ensures that you get the certificate of attendance. And also just a reminder that the Research Capacity Development Unit has launched the RCD management system. And if you are not registered as yet, please register on the RCD management system. Or if you have challenges when you're registering, you can send us an email on rcdinquiries@uj.ac.za. So without further ado, I will then introduce our presenter, Mr. Given Simo, to you by reading out his bio. So Mr. Given Singo, Senior Tutor at the University of Johannesburg's Library and Information Center, specializes in Atlas TI for qualitative research. He facilitates workshops, offers research consultations, and develops instructional guides to support postgraduate students and faculties. He is a LIASA member and a published author in information management. So without further ado, I will then hand over to our presenter, Mr. Given Singo. Over to you, Mr. Singo.
Thank you very much. I will ask that first question. I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you very much. Today we are on advanced level 2. So even though I have received the email from some of you, some I didn't manage to reply because there were many. Some I didn't, and I'm sorry for that. My apology. So for those of you, maybe you were not in our session for yesterday, and Atlas TI is a qualitative data analysis software. So it assists you to analyze a data. So today I'm going to share my screen, and I want to tell you this. Please feel free to ask a question. There's no wrong question and there's no right question. The biggest aim is to make sure that by the end of this session, everyone knows how to use Atlas TI. Don't mind if I should go back, try to do something. So that's what we're here for, to make sure that we support research. And at the end of the day, you become a good researcher from University of Johannesburg. And one of the things that I just want to let you know is that please, as a library this side, I don't analyze a data for you. I only assist you to analyze data. So I only assist you with Atlas TI if you feel like you want to use Atlas TI. And in some cases, there are those one who will come and say, no, please, I feel like
Mr. Singh, are you still there? We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Oh, my apology for that. I was still letting you know that I don't analyze it for you. I only assist. So if you have challenge of Atlas TI, I'm always ready to assist. So in the meantime, let me just share my screen, and please don't let me to pass something if you don't understand. You can ask as many as you can. I will reply if I'm able to reply what you're asking. Let me just share my screen. And we're based on level 2 APK campus if you feel like you want to meet me. So let me just share my screen. I hope everyone can see my screen now. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, let me just open my Atlas TI. So remember that yesterday we did manage to create a project for Atlas TI. So what we can do is that those of you who managed to create a project, some of you requested a code, and indeed they did send it to you. So which I'm happy to tell you that by what I heard is that he managed to send an email to everyone who applied yesterday. So what I will do, let me just try where we left off yesterday. My apology for that. My PC is very slow, but it's going to be fine. As you know, many people are looking on Atlas TI right now, so okay. Yesterday I told you that if you feel like you are lost when you are using Atlas TI, what you do, my apology. Today what you are going to do, if you are lost on Atlas TI, this is you go back with the navigator.
Mr. Singh.
Yes.
Yes. How are you? I just wanted to ask: is it possible to rename the sort of this project that they are using to RCD?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, you can rename it. You want me to rename it? Oh, sorry.
Yes, if it's possible. Yes.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Let me just do it.
All right. Great. Sure.
Also, Mr. Singo, there is a comment on the chat from Muyiwa that says, is it possible to go a little back from where we stopped yesterday?
Yes, that's what I want to do now. So,
okay.
Or you want me to start showing you how to upload a document, or should we start with coding? It's okay. Can you hear me? Let me just do this because let me just open a new project. It's okay. It's RCD. I told you that you can write. Sorry?
Yes, it's RCD. Yes, it's RCD.
Yes, let me just create the project. It's okay.
Okay, yeah, most of the comments are saying that you can show them how to start uploading the document.
Yeah, that's what I want to do now. Let me just start by creating a new project, because I hope everyone knows how to create a new project. So let me just create a new project, then I will upload, and then we'll move forward. It's okay. Let's just give it time. Just to tell you of what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to teach you about a quotation, a code, and automatic coding. So tomorrow, what we are going to do a focus group coding, and memo and interlink. So for today, it's just for automatic coding and AI coding, and a quotation and in vivo code, and also a quick code. So that's what we're going to do today. And if you don't understand anything, please feel free to ask. Where is that?
Just a moment. I see Dr. Gabriel's hand is up. Dr. Gabriel, do you want to say something? Or is it an old hand?
No, it's a previous hand, Ms. Pila. You can lower it.
Okay, thank you. We may continue, Mr. Singer.
I've created a new project today. This is the project that I've created now. So if you can check on my right-hand side, I'm sure everyone is having all those documents that I told you to download on our LibGuide yesterday. So on my left hand, on my left-hand side, you can see that the document is 0, a code is 0, a memo is 0, a network is 0, a documents group is 0, code group is 0, memo group is 0, and network groups. By the end of this, on Friday, we'll be knowing what is this and how to use it. So what we are going to do now, we are going to create a project. Let's just say after you collect your data, you came back, you transcribe, you have the interview, you want to analyze it. This is the part where you start. Add documents, the default password is add file. If I click on top, it's just going to allow me to add file. I told you on Atlas TI, you can either add file, add folder, add link, add text, and also add geo. A geo is a map. You can add a map. I'm sorry, this computer is slow. I'm sure Atlas TI, many people logged now and we're using one license. That's why it's so slow. My apology, but it will pick up. Let me just upload the documents now. My apology for that, colleague.
Okay, no problem, Mr. Singo. I see a comment that requires yesterday's recording. Okay, what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to put yesterday's recording link on the chat, so those who want to access it can do so.
Okay. Let's wait. It's so slow because I'm sure many people have logged in and were using the same license, and this Atlas TI is too big. But let's just wait for it. And if I close it, it means it's going to take time because there's someone who maybe who logged in at this time. So I think it's okay now.
Lydia, I see your hand is up. You can unmute yourself and make your comment or ask your question.
Yes.
Lydia, you may unmute.
Okay. In the meantime, if remember that I told you that the default setting is at 5. So let me just, because it was freezing, maybe some didn't see it. I told you that here, if you have the interview transcript, if you add, you just click here, not an arrow. Sorry. Yeah, it logged out, and I'm not sure if I would be able to log in again because many people logged in on it. But let's just give it time. It's okay. My apology for that. And the biggest challenge that we have is that this tool it's easy when you demonstrate.
Mr. Singh, are you still with us?
Colleague, can you hear me?
Can hear you now.
So just give me some moment. I'm trying to fix this because it logged me out now, the Atlas TI. And yesterday I told you that only 100 people can be able to have access at the same time. So let me just try to log in again.
Okay, thank you. Can we please be patient with Mr. Singo as he's trying to log into the Atlas TI? Thank you for your patience.
Just wait for it. Or if it give me problem, I will just go to someone's PC. It's here. Then I'll continue. I think it managed to log in. Show me what those documents they are. So as I'm failing to open this Atlas TI, in the meantime, let me just use the PC for someone who's close to me. But the biggest problem is that tomorrow when I continue, I'll just transfer that can you log in, it's okay.
Okay, everyone, I see some of the comments on the chat from June saying, in the meantime, is it possible to remind us how to download the interview documents from yesterday? I think let's give Mr. Singo some moments as he's trying to log into someone's computer and show us the Atlas TI. and he will continue with the session. And also there's a suggestion from Tinashe, which says, what if we all log out of Atlas TI and allow the presenter access? Just as a suggestion. That is a suggestion. So it could work if we could all just try to log out, because anyway, we will have the recording at the end, so we can always go back and refer to the recording while we are busy uploading our projects. So if we could do that as well, that's another suggestion, if we are all open to that. But in the meantime, can we please just give Mr. Singo some moments, and he will be with us just now. Let me just check for some hands. Lydia's hand is still up. I don't know if you want to say something, Miss Lydia.
Let me just try again because now it's loading. I don't know if one managed to log out. So if you manage to log out, it will allow me to log in. So let me just wait for it. It's loading. Are you still there, colleague? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, there was a suggestion here that some of the participants can log out so that you can log in, and then we can all log in again after the session, just for the session to go on, and we can just have some people log out so that you can have access.
It's just saying loading. It won't allow me to log in because it kicked me out, and already I'm sure we have reached the maximum of this license. After my main, no, 28. Because what it's just doing is that it's just loading. So I think it managed to open now. So let me just
That's cool.
now. And thank you for your patience, guys. My apology for that. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, colleague?
No, not as yet.
Okay, let me just check something. Ndobva meeting nje. Ndobva meeting.
Ms. Pila, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Gabriel, I can hear you.
All right. Mr. Singo as well, can you hear me? I think we have lost him a bit.
Oh yes, he has locked out a bit.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it has kicked him out or he locked out and then he'll come back again. But okay, we'll
Okay,
just
because
wait
I
for
was
him.
actually thinking maybe for the participants that it is a good idea that we maybe possibly just log out and just follow attentively to what Mr. Singh will be demonstrating. Then during our own time, we can revisit. The recordings will be shared with you. You can revisit the recordings doing the practical sessions on your own. I think that would enable us to continue with the session. I don't think that the being a large number it is the problem, but the issue is the issue of the license, that it's limited to 100, only 100 users at a time. But we don't all have to log in. What's important is for us to see what he is demonstrating. Then on our own, we'll be able to follow along with the recordings as well. I don't know maybe if the participants can hear me and if what I'm saying maybe possibly could be sort of a resolution going forward. Thank you for that. I see some signals from some of the participants. And for those who are logged in, please kindly log out so that we can be able to progress with the session. Otherwise, we will, spend the whole 2 hours just trying to set the session going. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Gabriel. I think the idea has been supported. And yesterday's recording is already on the chat. We shared the link on the chat, and we will also share today's recording again for everyone to access. Thank you so much for accepting the idea. Then we can patiently wait for Mr. Singo to come back and we can continue with the session.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, colleague?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I just went to the to my colleague and he just decided because he also managed to log in. So what I will do, I will continue with this. I will just speak just for 5 minutes with this PC. Then he will be fixing my PC that side. Then we'll continue. So I heard this. There's someone who asked what do you do? Where do you get those interview transcripts? You get them under library guide digital scholarship. you go to Atlas TI, down there you'll find those interview transcript. Okay, thank you very much. In the meantime, let me just share the screen. So when it's done with my PC, but it's just that here I don't know where are those documents. I have to download them first. Yeah, I think the PC is okay now. Let me just check about the share screen.
Okay, while you do that, Adelaide Mpahlele, do you want to say something? I see your hand has been raised. You can unmute yourself and ask your question or your comment.
No, I just wanted to also request the people to stop logging in so that we can create a space and a bandwidth for the others, for the person who's supposed to train us to be able to log in. We already lost 30 minutes because of this.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Adelaide.
Am I audible now?
To follow. Yes, you are.
Okay, let's start. I apologize for that. And I just want to thank you for managing to log out. So when you open Atlas TI, your Atlas TI is going to be like this. But the biggest challenges that you are going to have is that yours is going to be empty because you haven't created anything. So remember that there's that project that we created today. When we start, we said it's RCT. It's saying it's 12 minutes ago. So what you're going to do, because if you haven't created any project, you just come here, you click on new project. It's just going to say rename it. If you feel like you want to rename it, you can just rename master. That is, if you are writing an article, you can just name it the name of the article. If you feel like, if you want to comment, you can just say this is the article, maybe it's based on secondary data. You can comment in anything that you feel, so that it can remind you. The one thing I like about this is just you can find it even after 15 years or 10 years. So it's good to rename your things, so that when you go back, let's just say you have done your study 2025, so on 2026 you want to go back, on 2030 you want to go back to your study. Yes, you can just go to Atlas TI and check the data that you found at that during that time, and compare with the one that you have during this time, and then maybe you want to do something on it. It's Atlas TI. It can keep that for you. So let me just open this project. So I told you that when you open your project, it's going to be like this after creating. So at this side, it's just showing me that it was created by me when today, and have it ever been modified? Never. And current user, I'm the only one who used it. So if you share it with someone, it's going to show you that you have shared with it's been used by so and so and so. So I told you that the vision that we are having currently is Vision 25. So when you open your Atlas TI, it's going to show you that the 0 documents, 0 code, 0 memo, 0 network, 0 documents group, 0 code group, and 0 memo group. I told you that a memo, if you feel like you want to comment anything, you want to write your research question, everything, this is where you write it on a memo. So I will show you when we go forward. It helps you to capture your thoughts. And also the observation. That's the good thing about memo. If you want to observe when you are busy interview, maybe someone didn't want to specify something, then you can write it on memo. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to upload our documents. So when you upload the documents, the add file, it's a default setting. If you click on it, it's just going to allow you to add file. But if you want to add a map, you want to add a video, or you want to add any linked video, or you want to transcribe. So the difficult thing is that the license that we have, it doesn't allow us to transcribe. So let me just add file now. Yeah, today it's giving me some challenges. My apology for that. You know this.
No problem, Mr. Singo. We understand.
This-
Just to plea with
Atlas-
the participants to please keep logging out of
So-
the system so we can allow Mr. Singo to continue. Thank you.
So now I'm adding those documents, and I'm sorry, I just want to add these documents. If I'm fast, please, my apology for that, colleague. I really apologize. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add those files. So I told you, if you click on add file, the default setting is add documents. If you want to add folder, there's this arrow, it's used for add folder. So in the meantime, let me just hurry up and create a documents group. So what is the main purpose of documents group? Once you add your documents, so you want to arrange your documents according to order which is going to assist you. Let's just say you were having the interview transcript that you collected at Capitec, you are having the interview transcript that you collected at FNB, you are having the interview transcript that you collected at Nedbank. So you want to group them accordingly and say, this interview transcript are from FNB, this one they're from Capitec, so that when you analyze it, it's going to assist you to know that these documents are the documents from where FNB. So if you want to create a documents group, there's an arrow. If you click on it, you click on documents group, it's going to open a task for a documents group. So let me just create a one documents group. So after a documents group, there's an option for a new and say new group. Then I will say FNB, this is what I did yesterday, FNB, and say create, and I said Capitec. Remember, the purpose of creating a documents group is that you want to arrange your interview transcript according to the order that is going to assist you. So if I click on it, it shows me that on these documents we are having 0. It means I haven't add anything. So if I feel like I want to add something, and I will say participants 1, participants 2, and participants 5. These participants, this interview transcript, I did it where at Capitec. So you see now, this side it will show you documents that are in group. This side they will show you documents not in group. Same as if I want to do that, I can just click them, click these two and say these two, they are from FNB. That's where they're going to show you. If I click here, they will show me the documents in group for this documents group. And on this side, they will only show you documents not in group on this FNB. So one of the things is that on Atlas TI, if you feel like you want to comment for something that is going to remind you or is going to assist you, you can write that this interview transcript they are from FNB, which I have interviewed manager, a client, anything that you feel like you want, a credit evaluator, anything that you feel like you want to write, you write it here. So that
Mr. Singo, can I disturb you for just a moment?
problem.
There is a hand from Anselm. Can you please unmute yourself? I see your hand is up.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Singo, I just wish to ask, ne?
Yes.
When you have there on the dashboard, you see there's where you have files. Then under files you have added add documents. Then when you scroll through, you see files, you see new entities, project, comment, navigator. Then you have documents. Now, if I want to add documents, why can't I go directly to documents and click there? Then I add it and then I upload the documents.
Oh, remember that this is just a manager for your documents, but once you want to add something, this is where you edit.
All right. Okay.
But when you want to manage your documents, remember that in everything, after we add all those documents, the first thing that you do is to arrange your documents according to the order that you feel like this is the order that I want.
Okay, so for me to arrange them, I have to go to documents, right? Not to the documents and arrange them there from there.
Yes. Or okay. You see, there's a documents group here.
Yes.
It's just that I just want to show you the easiest way that is not going to confuse you.
Okay. All right.
You can create a documents group on this and code group from here, but
okay.
I prefer to use documents, because if I press this arrow, it's going to give me an option of saying open documents, create a documents, or documents group.
So all right.
What I want to do, I want to create a documents group. You see, it's giving me the option for a documents and documents group.
All right. Thanks.
Yes.
All right.
So
thank you.
After we are done with our documents, what we want to do now, we want to start with our coding. Remember that when you're conducting qualitative data analysis, in order for you to come up with themes, you have to find the coding first. So for now, I'm sure everyone understands how to add documents on Atlas TI, how to create a documents group on Atlas TI. So now we want to start. Let me just close this, and now we want to start with our project now. So what I need to do, you can open as many as you can, as many documents as you can. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open these documents. So you can open as many as you can, but one thing that I can advise you is that don't open more than over 5, because it's going to confuse you. So it's easy to open maybe 1. You see that I've opened the documents for participants 5. So what we are going to do, we are going to code these documents 5. So once you are done with documents 5, if you feel like you want to move, that's where you can move to another documents as easy as it is. So I can open all the documents if I want to, so that I can work on them at the same time. So I prefer to use one document. Remember that yesterday I told you that what is a quotation? A quotation is a segment of text. It can either a part that you select from a picture, a part that you select from an audio, a part that you selected from on video. So that is a quotation. So I want to show you what is a quotation. So the interviewer, this interview is me and you, and then you have a participant. The interview said, ask something. So tell me, what is the role of credit evaluation manager? So I feel like this thing is going to assist me in answering those research questions that I have. Remember that one thing that we are doing now, we have to produce a coding that are meaningful to respond to our research questions. So the first question that the participants ask he said, she or he said that what is the rule? What is the rule? Then the participants reply, I'm responsible for managing and granting the credit, I'm managing the credit granting process, which include applying credit policy, credit review. So I feel like till here. So once you do it like this, on top, you are going to have this option. So I told you that this line that I've selected, it's a quotation. So what I'm going to do now, I just want to prove it to you, and I say this, it's a quotation. So on Atlas TI, this is a free quotation. A free quotation, it means this quotation is free. There's nothing attached on it. There's no memo, there's no comment, there's nothing on it. So this quotation is free. So if I want to add something on this comment, on this code, on this quotation. So remember, one of the things that we do on Atlas TI, we have to create what? A descriptive code, a descriptive code that's going to describe the line that I've selected. So I will just go back and say, click on this and say add plus. So what Atlas TI is going to do for you is going to give you this option. So I want to write something and say, this is what this is about role. Let me just say role of credit so, and I said plus. So what we did now, it shows that we have our first quotation, our first code. So now I want to know everything that is speaking about role of credit manager is going to be under this code. Anything that is related to the role of credit manager, they are going to be on this code. So if I open documents 5, document 6, any documents that is speaking about the role, they are going to be on this role. It doesn't matter if you say, okay, on this one, on this quotation, it has a code. On one code, you can have as many as you want quotation. In one code, you can have more than 10 quotation, 100. It's up to you. So what I want to do now is that I show you something about what is a quotation, and you don't have to go through that way of saying. You have first you have to select. You have to select and say this is about. When you select first and you go to quotation, no, that is the way of showing you what the difference between a code and a quotation, because in some cases you find someone who doesn't know what is a quotation and what is a code. So what we are doing now, we did a descriptive code. A descriptive code is called what? A role of credit manager, which is describing what this quotation. So let me just go forward. The interview ask and say, so a credit manager, I work closely with the sales and customer service terms and issue. So on this line, there's something that she spoke about a role, or he spoke about the role, but there is also what in this a responsibility, what this individual person said. Okay, this person speak about the role, and also she speak about the responsibility that she's doing. Then I want to quote this. Remember that you don't have to do a quotation. What you can do is that you can just say a code plus. What Atlas TI is going to do is going to give you the option like this again, and you say this is what responsibility. So what you can do, apply this on your study. Don't say in everything that you are going to code. If you are conducting a study on media, you are going to apply this on your study. If you are doing your things on anything that your study that you are doing, you apply this on your study. You don't have to say, okay, all the code are going to be responsibility and code. No, let's just apply this thing on our study. So what I did now is that I managed to show you how to create code. So I'm going to create more than 5 code now using the descriptive code. The interview continue asking, okay, that's okay, fine. Remember, this I think this is a follow-up question, or maybe perhaps. So let me just follow-up question to that. In that role, what is the exact involvement in terms of credit application? So I lost for seconds there. Can you repeat? Okay. So I feel like, let me just say that what extent of so I think this is where they're speaking about task for focus on credit manager. What task do they do? Because if I can see, I can check it, say to say that to what extent your day-to-day credit evaluation. Let's just say this is about the task what the credit manager do. Yeah. Then I want to code this. No, this just this interviewer. So let me just go to participants. Then yes, I feel like here they're speaking about a task. Then on Atlas TI you can either code a line, in paragraph, or in sentence. So what I'm doing now, I want to code in paragraph. I just want to take the whole paragraph and say here they're speaking about what, and say code. Here they speak about task for task. Let me just write task. It's okay, as long as myself I will know it's a task for credit manager, and then I say add. So, and if when I'm on this line, I feel like there's something that I feel like, again, let me just go back to that. I want to show you something. So if I feel like, okay, the participant said, so the credit manager, I'm responsible for managing a credit granting process, which include applying a credit policy. Then I felt like, no, here they're still speaking about something that I need. It doesn't matter that already I have a code on it. So I can take everything from here to this side. I just want to show you something. And I say here they're speaking about a credit policy. And let me just say close coding, and I say, sorry, I will show you something. You don't have to go at the top every time. So for now, I just wanted you to understand something. I'll show you the quickest way. So let's just say I want this till here. And I say here they're speaking about credit policy. Credit policy. And I say, okay. So what I have now, I have my 4 code. If I check this, if I click, if I click on this code, where is it? This one? Is this one. The reason why this code is at this side, this code on Atlas TI is called the overlapping code. This code, it's overlapping on top of another code. So what you are going to do when you are checking the co-currency of the documents of your coding. So what Atlas TI is going to do for you is going to check how many overlapping code were you having on this particular thing. Then I will show you when we move forward. So what I did here, this code that I did here is called an overlapping code because it's overlapping on top of another code. So let me just go forward, because what we are doing, we have to code the whole documents that we are, the whole documents that we want. So let's just check here. I feel like we use technology. I feel like here, if I code this, remember that you don't just select anything, because one of the things that I've realized is that once someone learns to do the quotation in the code, they just select everything. The biggest thing that you have to do is to create a meaningful code. A code that they have meaning to your study, that is going to add your study. So let me just select this line again to show you how you don't have to go to that side. Here they're speaking about the system and the computer. If you right click, you right click, it's going to show you something like this. So you don't have to go on top always. You can just select the line and right click and say apply code. If you apply code, you say this one is about what? It's about, let me just say, technology. So everything that is speak about technology is going to fall under this code. Okay. Is there any question that someone can ask based on quotation and the coding now? Okay, I hope everyone now understand.
Can you hear me, Mr. Singo?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I'm gonna give an opportunity to Wendy to ask a question. You may go ahead, Wendy. Unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Singo, I had raised my hand earlier on, and unfortunately, we are now way past. But my question was on adding and removing documents on a document group. I wanted to know when you create a document group, and then what happens when you realize that you put a wrong document in a group? What do you do if you want to remove the document?
Okay, let me just.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me just do this and show you. So you see these documents. I want to show you something. I've selected it, so I feel like I want to move it this side to documents to this side and say sorry. I want to delete it from this group, and then I want to remove it. So it means the documents has been deleted from what? From the documents group. But let me just check something, because I think like I did something wrong there. I didn't remove it, because I haven't done that, to be honest. And it's a nice question that you asked. Then, but if I feel like yes. Let me just check. Duplicate analysis, show in memo. Okay. Then because I did add documents here, documents in group, remove group and remove. So you know what I'm going to do, because I see I haven't done that when I was using Atlas TI. So what I will do is that in tomorrow I'm going to check this, and when I start I'm going to show you. Nah, it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm saying I haven't reached the point where I feel like this is not where I want, because if I delete it, it means I'm going to delete it from everywhere. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to check something. If I'm going to check, oh, I think to delete it in here. Okay, yeah, I found it. Okay, so if you feel, let me just upload this and say sorry. Let me just select this and this and this and this and say they are from that FNB group. So if I click on it, I think it's showing me the option to delete here. So the problem is deleting everything. So I think I'll have to do this and check, because if I have to be honest with you, I haven't find a situation like that. I haven't checked it, but it's there on Atlas TI. I'm sure it's there. There's an option to remove, which tomorrow I'm going to do. When we start, I'm going to start with it, if it's okay.
Okay, that is okay. Thank you.
Okay, no
Mr.
problem.
Singo.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, and we have another hand from Anselm. I will enable your mic and then you can unmute.
Thanks,
You
Chair.
can
Mr. Stingo, what I just quickly want to ask, now that you've created the different codes, now
Yes.
if as I'm going through the interviews, as I go through the interviews, if I have if one of the interviews, if there is something on technology, do I just go from there and I highlight, then I take it to that particular code?
Okay. Remember, one of the reasons that they tell you, they said this is going to the code assist you when you are doing a qualitative data. So so on Atlas TI, when you create a code, so remember that you have to, after code, you have to find a category. So what we are doing now, so there was something that you asked on technology in each and every participant. So they give you the different answers on technology. So right now, I have a code that is going to be a technology. If this code is going to reply my research question there, so it means the relationship of what that person said about technology, or what that person said on technology, they are going to be in this code of technology. So when we are done, and every answer of a technology is going to be on this code.
That means, let me just interject there. That means every answer that has been given by the participants, by each of the participants, right?
Yes, based on technology.
Okay. So that means if I scroll through the interviews, and every participant that has spoken about technology or that has given an answer that pertains to technology, it will go directly. I should just take it from there and place it there under technology.
Yes, if that one is based on that. And then after, when we are done, there are also is a subcode. So there might be different, someone and tell you that, no, the technology that we use and blah blah blah, and the other one tell you the technology which you want to split them. I will show you when we move. If you want to split them and say this subcode, the particular person said this and the particular person said, but they were speaking about a code on top.
Okay.
Yes. So which is going to assist you when you are creating the networks, and say the relationship between this and this and this, they link based on this. So I will show you. For now, I just wanted to show you how to start with a code and a quotation.
Thank you.
If everyone understands a code and a quotation now in this session, we can move on. So
Mr. Singo, there is a question on the chat that says, what is the difference between the quotation and the in vivo tabs?
Oh, I'm going to show you what is in vivo code now.
All right. Just to acknowledge the last hand from Vicky, you can unmute yourself and then ask your question. Vicky Ramabu. Please unmute.
Okay, if we unmute, he will just find us going forward. Okay.
Hello. I sorry, given I was able to unmute myself. I was saying, ne, when we are creating this quotation, we can select the whole paragraph as a quotation, ne?
Yes, you can select a paragraph, a line,
or a thingy.
or even if I want this then to be my code on Atlas TI, you can do that.
Okay, no, thank you so much.
Yes. So there is something that someone asked, what is in Vivo code? In Vivo code, it's when I want to use a verbatim text. If I want this line, the whole line that I did here, to also be my code. Remember that when we start, I told you the paragraph that we selected, it's a what? It's a quotation. So I want everything that participant said to be my what? My code. So in Atlas TI, if you do that, you are going, it's called in vivo code. In vivo code. So if I click on in vivo, it's not going to ask me anything. It means the whole paragraph that I've selected here, the whole paragraph. Let me just go forward because I'm sure someone is still asking, hey, no, what is that thing? I told you here you used a verbatim text. So let me just, I feel like this line, again, you are a credit manager, you have to make the decision by using the judgment tool and then decline. Then I feel like this line, the whole of it, I want it to be my in vivo code. So on Atlas TI, the paragraph that you selected, if you want that paragraph, the whole paragraph, to also be your code, on Atlas TI is called what? In vivo code. So if I click here on in vivo code, what Atlas TI is going to do is going to use the selected part as also my what? My code. So you can see that it shows that you as a credit, it means this is my code also. And this is also my quotation. So what you did now, it means you used in vivo code. In some cases, if you feel like you interviewed someone, that person is very popular, then you want to use that phrase that person said. So for instance, there's that quote of Mandela says, Africa we are South Africa, a rainbow nation. So you want to use that rainbow nation as it is when you are analyzing it. So then you select it, the whole rainbow nation, and you want it to be what? You are in vivo code. You also want that rainbow nation to be your what? Your code. So on Atlas TI, if you do that, it means you have used what? In vivo code. Do you understand what is in vivo code? The participants that asked. Okay. I hope everyone understands. So let me just move to quick code. And remember, when you are done, okay.
Sorry, Mr. Singo, we have a hand that is raised. I don't know if someone wants clarity on the aspect that you're speaking about now. I'll just allow his mic and then he can ask a question. Tendai, you may unmute.
Thank you very much. I just want to understand how do you go about it when you have wrongly coded your sentence or line or paragraph and you want to undo that. How do you go about it?
Okay. That one, if you want to undo it, there's this option, you can delete the code. if you feel like this code is not what you want to do, you just delete the code. The quotation was deleted. You just click on it. It will give you an option to rename. If you want to rename it, I can go and I say, no, this thing was not about that. It was judgment. So I say rename. The quotation is renamed. It's just that you see here, it says it's judgment. The biggest thing is just I've changed that one for in vivo. So it was already in vivo, this one. So that one, you can just click on it and delete it or rename it. That's how you do it.
Thank you.
Okay. So now I'm sure everyone who's here understand what is a quotation, what is a code, what is in vivo coding. So now I want to show you what is a quick code. A quick code on Atlas TI is the last code that you used. So the last code that I used, let me just do this and say, so what you understand, this is an interviewer, then I need the party of participants. Okay, on my understanding of responsibility of sustainable banking is the way you do. Let me just select this and I say this, they're speaking about short-term profit. Let me just say, name it my code is short-term profit. And say plus. So the last coding that I did now was a short term. So I want to use what? To use a quick code. So if I just go, let me just go to another paragraph and say I want to select this, or this part is for interviewer. Let me just go to panel. Sorry, my apology for that. And I say I want to select this, and I want to use a quick code. A quick code, remember, is the last code that we use. The last code that we used, it was what? A short term. So if I say click, you see, it says the code that I did and I used quick code is the last code that I did. It's called a quick code. And remember, when we move on, remind me when we are going to a code manager. When we are done with the coding, we have to go to manage our code. One of the important aspects that I can tell you is that don't forget to color your coding so that you can differentiate it. You can differentiate them. So just remind me if I forgot. And also, it's very much important to have a code definition. A code definition is used to define what is that code all about. So if I feel like this code, my code term, let me just go, or this one I will do when we are done for code definition and all those things. Remind me when you go that about code definition and coloring of a code. Okay, so for now I feel like what we have done today, everyone understands the code, the quotation, the in vivo, and the quick code. Then we are done with this part. So we want to move through a computer assisting automated coding. Can we move to another session? I'm sure if you understand this, we can move. If you don't understand, you can raise your hands. Then I will reply. Then or either can move.
There is a hand, Mr. Sango, from Wendy. Wendy, please unmute and speak, and then after Wendy, it will be Antonia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sango. I just wanted to ask if I understand we were doing coding for maybe one participant. Are you going to take us through if we then want to add on to what every other participant will be saying? How does the process go?
Or is the very same way? If I can open the, let me just close.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Or is it only me? Happening?
It looks like we have lost
Yeah.
Mr. Singo.
5.
Hello,
Remember,
Mr. Singo,
this
can you
is-
hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, we had lost you for a moment there, but we
Oh, now
can
you
hear you now.
Okay. Sorry. I think this PC was freezing. I'm really very slow. And this project that we are doing, they are big. It consumes close minus 50. I think more than 20 MB, if I'm not 20 gig, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine how. That's why my PC is very slow. So let's wait for it. So if there's another question, you can ask while we are waiting for it to be fine.
Outlook sent alarm notification.
Shubha, am I still audible?
You are audible now.
Okay. I'm saying this PC, it started that things of trying to kick me out. I apologize for that. The PC is very slow. It's an Intel. But if there's a question that one want to ask about quotation code, in vivo coding, and quick code, so you can do that before we go to automated coding. It's okay now. So there was a participant that asked.
Okay, yes, you can continue.
There was a participant that asked about, can I continue with other documents? Remember that the documents that are open was a documents 5. Now I open for participants 2. So what I can do, I select this line and I say code and I say apply code. So remember that there I've asked something about a rule of credit manager. Here they're speaking about rule. I just click on it. So the code is added. So if you go, when you are going to when you are done with, when we want to manage our code, that's where you'll find out maybe in one code you have more than 10 quotation. So for now, on role of credit manager, we have 2 quotation. That is from 1 documents 3. This 3.1, it's a quotation. This one, it stands for quotation document from documents what 3. This one is the first quotation from these documents. On that documents 5, it was 5.1. It was name of the documents. The documents is number 3 from this project, and this one is a what? It's a first quotation for these documents. So let me just open another one, participant 6 again. So for this participant 6, they asked something about the role of credit manager. Then I feel like, no, they're speaking about the role of a credit manager. So let me just say close and say, and here they're still speaking about a rule, and I add. So you see now it's saying in document 6, this is the quotation number 1 from these documents. So do you understand?
Thank you very much. Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. You can do that
There's
in all
another hand from
documents.
Antonia. Sorry about that. There's another hand from Antonia. You may unmute, Antonia.
Okay.
Antonia, you may unmute yourself.
Okay, if in the meantime, let me just do an automated coding. On Atlas TI, there is this search and code.
Thank you, Mr. Singo.
Okay.
Please, I need more clarification on quick coding and in vivo coding, please.
Okay. A quick code.
Didn't get that.
A quick coding. If your last code was the last code that we did from now on, it was responsibility. Né? The last code that I checked, it was a responsibility. So if you select this, let me just check where they are asking about. Okay, sorry. So if I select this till here and say quick code, what Atlas TI is going to do is going to use the last code that I did. The last code that I did, remember what I told you, is it's a responsibility. So that means the quick code, it means if you use quick code, you want to use the last code that you did. So in vivo coding, let me just use this as a position of a credit manager. It's okay. Let me just use this, and I say I want to use this as what my in vivo coding. In vivo coding, remember when I started, I told you the line that the paragraph that we selected, or the line, or anything that we selected, it's a quotation. So when you add, there is a descriptive quotation, descriptive code that is going to describe that quotation. So when you want to, the line that you selected, you want it, or the paragraph that you selected, you want it to be your what? Your code. You don't want to use a descriptive code. So if you click here in vivo code, your code is going to be a position credit evaluation officer. It means the line that we selected, or the paragraph that we selected, you also want it to be your code. That means you have used what? In vivo code on Atlas TI.
Here we need to get getting started.
Do you understand?
Register, click on the register. Then
okay. So
Okay.
you understand?
Do you want to finish explaining?
No, if you
maybe Antonia can just show with the thumbs up if she understands.
Okay.
And there's also a question from a hand from Rusa.
Okay.
You may unmute yourself and then ask your question, Rusa. I think this is the last question.
So I was thinking this is something we can do for the new one then.
One thing that I would like to emphasize, guys, don't allow me to pass something if you don't understand. Please ask questions, because the biggest mission of this class, of this session, is for you to understand to use Atlas TI. At the end of the day, we want you to understand how to use Atlas TI, because if I pass, you don't understand what I'm doing now, tomorrow is going to be what? A problem it means you haven't learned something. So if there's something that you don't understand, feel free to ask. When I started, I told you there's no wrong or right question. And I can also be wrong, you can also be right. So in this session, if we want, feel free. I won't shout at you. It won't. There's no one who's going to stop asking questions. You can ask as many as you can. Then we are ready to assist you. So for now, let me just go to automatic search and code. So on Atlas TI, there's somewhere called a search and code. So if you click on it, this is where you are going. This is what you are going to find it. So unfortunately, there are those one who are using a Mac. So for that, it gives me problem to find these things in most cases because I haven't used it. So there is something that is called a text search. A text search on Atlas TI. It's when if you want to. Okay.
Sorry to disturb. There are some voices at the back that are we cannot actually hear you.
No, they are saying you are making noise. Sorry. I managed to sorry. It's okay. Our apologies.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
We still have two hands that are raised. Do you want to continue, or do you want to take the hands now and then we can continue?
No, they can ask. It's okay.
Okay, Rusa and Joyce. You can unmute yourself and speak. Joycelyn?
In the meantime, if they are still struggling, can I move to automatic? If there's something they can unmute, I will stop.
Okay. Her mic is unmuted, but doesn't look like she can speak. We cannot hear her. So I think before we can move on,
Joycelyn, can you hear me?
Okay,
Hello?
yes, we can hear you now. Yes, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much. Sir, respectfully, I appreciate your patience, and I would plead with you if before we move to the next stage, if you can just give a quick summary about the coding and the quick coding. Thank you.
I don't know if the other participants heard you, but I thought maybe you cut on my side, or I don't know, it's my network. If someone heard, can you please assist me?
And I couldn't also hear her. I couldn't get the full question.
So I am respectfully asking if you can give a quick summary.
I don't know if it's my network or.
A quick summary
we
on
move
what?
to the next stage. A summary will be a quick summary on what quotation, coding.
Is there anyone who can hear her and assist me?
All I can hear is all I can hear is that she needs a quick summary on quotation and codes. I don't know what else.
Okay.
She keeps on.
Okay, let me just do it like this. I told you that the land that you selected, this that you selected, if it's a quotation, if you click on it, it means what? It's a quotation. On Atlas TI, it's called free quotation. And if you want to describe it, if you click on that quotation and you say, okay, I want to rename it, and say this quotation they are speaking about responsibility. Already we have what? A responsibility. You can just go and click on it. So it means that quotation now is having what? It's no longer a free code. It's having what? It's having a code on it. It's no longer free quotation. It's having a code on it, which is what? The name of this quotation that is selected is what? It's responsibility. So you asked about what is a quick code. Then if I go to this code that again, and I said this, remember that if I select this line again, the quick code is the last code that I did. The last code that I did, it was what? It was a responsibility. And as I say quick code, it means this code, that the last code that I did is going to be what? A quick code. The quick code is the last code that you did. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
so very much.
Okay, no
Awesome.
problem.
Thanks.
Okay, we have another hand from Bitumelo and Tomike. So those the two hands, and then we can move on. Yes, Bitumelo.
Hi, Mr. Singer. I just want to check with you quickly. So when you start with your project, you would have your, let's say you have your research questions, and then you use those research questions as your codes. Then as you go through your questionnaires, you're now trying to code to respond to those research questions, which are your initial maybe list of codes. So then once you're done with that, now what's the code within a code for?
Can you repeat the question?
I was just trying to see first if I'm getting this right. So say now I'm starting with my project. I've got my research questions, and I use those research questions as my I don't know, statements that I can use to go to start coding, or maybe I don't know what to call them. Maybe a list of the codes that I'll be using to go through my my questionnaires. So let's say I've got those 5 questions from as my research questions. So I go through the questionnaires, I'm doing the coding in response to those research questions. So am I right so far?
Okay, if I heard you correctly, if I will respond the way that you want. If it's not, you will just repeat the question. Okay, if I heard you correctly, it's saying you went to collect your data. You were having 5 questions that you were asking. So let's just say the first question was that the first, this is, let's just say estimate, this was your question. The first question is to tell what is the role of credit manager. That was your first question that you asked the participants.
Then, no, I'm using the research questions, not the actual questions in the questionnaire. So my general research questions for my project.
Okay, this was just for example. I wanted it to be your research question. Okay, okay. I apologize. So let's estimate this was your research question. That is going to be, let's just say, if a 4.1, that's the research question that you ask from your objective. So on Atlas TI, they are made on these participants, there will be a question that you asked. Then you go to a memo. A memo, remember that thing that I told you, is that is where you can write everything that you want to. You can either write your research questions here on memo. That research question that you write, you are going to attach it with all this code that you were creating. So, and when we move forward, I'm going to show you how to create a folder. That folder, it can be research question 1. That everything for question, for that question, that object, that question from your objective, they're going to follow under this folder. Where when you are done, remember the biggest thing that we are doing now, we want to develop themes. So after you are done with
so if I can come in there, Mr. Singer, you're developing themes in response to your research questions. Because I'm trying to structure it, I'm sorry, I work in boxes.
Remember,
so I have to have things structured so that I can understand.
It's okay. For now, remember, in order for you to develop a theme in simplest words, it's like a question.
Okay.
It is simplest question. It is in simplest term, where you want to develop a meaningful things. Okay, it's okay.
Mr. Singh,
yes.
Kindly allow me to chip in when you are done, maybe possibly explaining. I can also try to explain it, maybe possibly from another dimension.
Okay, it's okay. You can.
All right. Okay. My understanding is that when I think the participant who is asking the question is coming from a point where she wants to start the analysis process already with preconceived themes in mind, right?
Yes.
But yet the process has to start without any, it's always good for you to start without any, sort of themes or codes that you have that are preconceived, right? So when you are coding, right, like this process that Mr. Singh was showing us, it's just for you to simply identify things that you feel that they are important to answering the research questions that they are having, right? So you are going into a process of developing the themes at the end. That is our ultimate goal, right?
Yes.
So yes, so this is a
So you're
process where
identifying key themes that are coming up as you're going through your questionnaire.
You are not yet
general sense.
We are not yet at themes now.
You are not yet
remember
identifying
that
themes.
Oh, okay.
Remember that
you are building codes.
Yes. So remember that when you want to develop themes, you develop them from the. When we start, I told you that we start from code. That's the first step, and then we have to develop some category. We're going to categorize them, and then after that's where we're going to develop some themes. Also on Atlas TI, those themes we are going to describe them using a table. There's an article that I showed yesterday. If you were attending, on that article, if you can go down there, I think on the finding, that author wrote something about how to develop how Atlas TI, you start with Atlas TI. What is the importance of Atlas TI? So if you can go and read that article, it can assist you to get a background of what we are doing now. Because I mentioned it yesterday that when you are doing it right now, if you don't have a background, in some cases, someone might ask, what is this thing that you are doing? So for now, we are creating a code that is going to do what? That is going to, after a code, we are going to create some themes after this code. A meaningful, that's why I told you that we have to describe to create a meaningful code.
Okay. All right, I'll go back and read that article. Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Thank you very much.
You can also send me an email. I will share some resources of facilitations that we have done that are based on the same, on qualitative data analysis. So where you can also maybe be sort of have more information on the coding process and what is supposed to be done and what it means.
Okay, who's speaking so that I know who to send an email to?
This is Gabriel. You can just, even if you type your email in the chat box, I can take it from there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Gabriel, can we give an opportunity to Tomike to ask the question, and then we can move on?
Thank you. Please, just an additional question to your response on quick coding. Can we have more than one quick coding? Since you said that the last code we have, or the last coding we have, is what is the quick code. So can we have more than one quick code? That's my
Yeah,
question.
okay. A quick code is like a shortcut.
Mm.
You know, and something. So you want you that same thing is the same things that you used last. So when you just say quick code, it's a shortcut of saying, okay, I don't want to go that side again and create and check what code. Then this code I used it last. So I want to continue with it. For in cases, let's just say you have opened more than 5 documents here. It's participants 1, participants 2. Then the first question you were asking about the responsibility. So on participants 1, you open, you select something that responsibility and say, okay, this is a code. The code is speaking about a document's true. A document's true. If you select, then click quick code that which is the responsibility. So the main aim of it is when maybe you open more than 5 documents of it, and then you want to start by responsibility, then you do responsibility, and then you move to another code, you open another documents, then just like that. It's like a shortcut. There's no, you can use it for the whole, for your whole project. As long as what it's going to do is going to detect the last code that you did.
Thank you.
Okay, so in respect of time, let me just go to search and code. A search and code, there is a text search. A text search is used to search the keywords. Remember that on this documents that are uploaded, there is a keyword. So if I want to select all the documents, I won't select all the documents because I don't want a lot. But if you are conducting a study, you can select all if you want to. You can just say all, but I'm not going to select all. I'm just going to select this and this because to load it can take time. So if we say continue, what we are going to do on Atlas TI, we are going to use a word to search. So remember that on these documents, there were something that we're doing is that let's just say, I want to search about a loan. It's okay, and add, and let's just say I want to search about a bank. It's okay, and let's just say I want to search about a credit. So what we are doing now, we are going to use a text search. So on top of it, if I want to find out with exact match, and words and sentence and paragraph. Remember when when we were doing our things, in Atlas TI, I told you that you can either use the word, a words, a sentence, and a paragraph. So for now, myself, I need a paragraph. You can add as many as you can. So if I include an infected form, so infected form, in other words, let me just, but I'm not going to include it. If there is any ways that like loan is related to borrowing, if there's other word that is say borrowing, and so what Atlas TI is going to do is going to detect that ways that it's exactly as loan. Like if there's a children or a child, and there's other word that says an offspring. So what Atlas TI is going to detect that. So a text search, we are just searching through a text. So if I say show results, wait for it. So because sometimes it's very much hard, it shows me one. Let me just add another documents. I'm sorry. Let me just add. Sorry. Let me just add all. It's okay. And continue. and say show results. So what Atlas TI did, it shows me what I've been searching. So if I want to read the whole paragraph, there is this arrow here. On this earth, if you click on this arrow, it's going to show, to turn you back to that documents that the quick code have selected for you. So, which is here you see it is evaluation with loan. Then if I want to apply it, I will apply it, but I'm not going to do that. Let me just go back to that quick code. So if I feel like you have to read, so you have to read everything that the text search is doing for you. Let's just say apply code. So when I apply, I have read this by myself. I think maybe I have read this, but here they are speaking about loan. So now you are no longer going to read the whole paragraph. You are going to do it through what? Text search. But if, let me just go back again, I want to show you something. If I was searching only one word, let me just say I was searching loan. What Atlas TI is going to do for me is going to detect everything that is on its saving loan here. If I just say plus, plus, it means I've added what? A free quotation here. This arrow, the arrow that is pointing down, it shows that it's a free quotation. Then if I feel like I want to read, if I feel like I want to add code, I can just say apply code here. And that's say here they're speaking about loan. And they say, okay. Then on that, I feel like I want to read what is this information coming from. You use this arrow. This arrow is going to lead to that documents for this quotation. Do you understand how to use a text search? Okay. Because sometimes it's very hard to search the whole documents. It's imagine what text search found for me. They found 54 results. So now instead of going to all the documents, now I'm just going to use a text search, which I will read through this and then code, read through this and code. If I feel like no, it's what I need, I will do that. What Atlas TI is going to do is going to assist you to search a text. You are not going to read through everything, every document you are trying to check everything. Now, Atlas TI is going to assist you to do that. And then there's a regular expression search. A regular expression search is the same as text search. The difference is that this search exactly the way as it is. So, and here if you just need, let me just show you, and it shows there's a message here that it excluded character and all those things that they exclude is this add, and let me just search, and I also need it what in paragraph. Let's just say loan. So it will show only there's no match for regular expression because it has to express. But let me just say on that, I need somewhere where there's number and say set. Okay, I can't find, I don't know what I can use. Let me just use /d, \d, it's the shortcut for, I will show you, I will share the shortcut for Atlas TI with you. It's once we are done with that, you are going to use if you want to use them in your study. So It's just something that, yeah, regular expression, they only showed me a gender, a male, anything that is having number, but it's not important to use a regular expression search, but I will share with you the shortcut that you can use if you want to use a text search, a regular expression search. And on Atlas TI, there is also something that is called a name entity recognition. A name entity recognition, what Atlas TI is going to do for you, it's either if there was a name and an organization or anything that is here. Let me just show you. A person, if there was a person that was mentioned, if there was a name that that was mentioned through the process of interview, the Atlas TI is going to detect that. If there was a location, if maybe on my Atlas TI, there's somewhere they mentioned that there's Musina, this and this, and there's Johannesburg, this and this. What Atlas TI is going to do is going to select that. If there was organization, like if on this interview transcript, there's somewhere where they've mentioned that University of Johannesburg, the Atlas TI is going to do for me. No, I think there's something wrong. It can be like this, and even last it was going to be, it was going this, wait. Supposed to search, show results, no language detection, you know. Continue, no language detected. No, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with my PC. I think it has changed its setting. It can't be like this. Let me do this. A segment. This one deal with feelings. I just want to check something. No, you know what I'm going to do? A name, a statement, and concept, and opinion. This one will do it when we are done, because this one is just for analyzing. When you are analyzing word phrase, this is the easiest on Atlas TI that you can do. So I will check my setting. Name, entity, sentiment, and concept and opinion. I will start with them tomorrow. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you an AI coding. An AI coding is not advisable to use it, but at the end of the day, it's for Atlas TI. I have to show you. You can use it as a guideline, because remember that as a researcher, you are in charge of your research. You are responsible for everything that is happening on your study. So on AI, if I select this and say start coding, what AI is going to do for you is going to create the code for me. The difficulties of this, an AI can not create a meaningful code for you, because in some cases, if I select the whole documents, the AI is going to create the way that it feels like this is the best, and sometimes it might not answer your research question that you are asking. Let's wait for it, because it takes time. It can take approximately over 2 minutes. It's okay. This cancel it. Or start coding. So what I've selected there, when I did AI coding, the AI is going to code for me. Remember that, check what AI did for me. It says the name of the coding is it. But if you feel like you don't want to apply it, you can just use this button. And then when you are done, you can just say apply. So what AI is going to do for you is going to create a coding for you, which at some cases I won't advise you to use it. So you see the whole of things that 54 quotation, 137 code in 107 categories. So imagine if I applied it, it means right now I'm going to have 137 code, which sometimes they won't be necessary to answer my question. Apply them because this is just for teaching. What Atlas TI is going to code everything for me. In less than 1 minute, I'm done. So now they are saving. The work is saved. This is an AI coding. It's fall under automated coding. That is the work of AI that did for me. So it means I haven't coded anything. So again, an intentional coding. Intentional coding, if you have a research question like the last speaker asked, no, this for that. Is there any question that one can ask from what I did?
Thank you so much, Mr. Singo. We will give the opportunity to the participants to ask the questions. You can now raise your hands and ask your question. Okay, there are no hands that are raised, and I'll just go back onto the chat. There was a comment about your office location, Mr. Singo, if you're comfortable sharing your email address for appointment booking.
Okay, my email is given. My colleague will write it there, or you can share with them. So, but the biggest challenge that we have, colleague, is that I'm willing to assist and assist you through the process. But the biggest problem that we face is that you have to know something when you need a consultation, or it's either you choose to attend the classes that we offer weekly for Atlas TI, or maybe we can have 2 or 3 in a month. So the biggest challenge that we have, one can request that I need a one-on-one consultation, and the person doesn't know anything about Atlas TI. You have to start from documents and all the thing till the last part. So with that, it means it's the work for 2 to 3 days or the whole day. It means for that particular day, everything we stopped, which my manager is not, it won't be here before. At the end of the day, there are other things that we are doing. So when you want a consultation for one-on-one, please specify that I need for this particular, for this. If you need me to assist you on applying how to start with a code and a quotation, I know that when we are together, that can just be 5 minutes. Then when you are, or 10 minutes, when we are done, it's okay. Because for this Atlas TI, it takes time. Check, for now, we are still way behind. We are far behind. I won't lie to you. This is just like a basic. We are still way behind, way behind. And imagine if we're doing that one-on-one, it means I was going to, for the whole day, everything, I won't be working. If you want a one-on-one session, just when you request, there's a request there on that information for consultation form. So you mention what you need. And also you can send the email for me if I can tell, so that I can tell you my availability, that I'm available for at this time. Did I reply?
Okay, thank you for that clarity, Mr. Singo. We have a hand up from Chifiwa. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Chifiwa.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. I think this is related. I don't know if the other Chipiwa is here, the one who sent me, I requested for the activation code. So I had Atlas already installed, but it is the trial version. So I saw on the instructions, it says I should not have Atlas installed. So do I need to remove or uninstall the one I have, or can just sign out and follow the guidelines there?
Yeah, you can just uninstall it, or what, you don't have to uninstall it. You can just log out and log in. If it's failing to do that, you can uninstall it and start the process again. You see, from the one that
Sorry, can you just repeat that? If it's what?
The one that you logged in, the one that you created, that is going to expire in 5 days. You can just log out, because already you have joined the license. So you just log out. After logging out, it will give you option to log in. You log in again. When it logged in, you will check it, I'm sure the license is going to appear there. It's going to be an Nkenzo something. So if it's not appearing there on your profile, when you check your profile, just try to uninstall it and then install it again. Then it's going to be fine. And if you don't understand, I think my colleague will maybe have one-on-one session or can assist you with that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Or sorry, maybe just to add on that, I'm not sure if you have registered your account using UJ email address, and then I'm not sure if you have downloaded that setup from an inactive account, because what happens is that once you click that link that I share with you, if you have created an account, let's say previously you have created an account using your personal email, then when you click that link, it will be invalid because it's connected to
it will be what? Invalid.
It will be invalid because it will be connected to an account that is not of UJ. So one thing that you can do if you have arrived to your web version, just sign out to your personal account that you have created, then go back and access that link. When you access that link, you must create a new account. If you previously registered Atlas TI using your personal, register your account using the UJ email address. Then once you log into UJ profile, so there has to be a pop-up message that says join the license. So if you didn't come across to that pop-up message, check if your account has been registered using UJ email. And then if you arrive to the page or web page of Atlas TI, then on top, there is a blue shaded paragraph. If it is still blue, that means your account is still basic. It has to be peach or orange, something like that, but it should not be blue if your account is active. That's where if it has changed to be orange or yellow or brown color, then you will download a setup under my invitation. You will download the one for Windows or the one for Mac, depending on your gadget. then install it. So if you have an installed version, if it is not version 25, you must uninstall it and install the version 25. Other than that, we can have a team session so that I can assist you just to save time.
All good. Thanks, Chipua. I will do accordingly, and if I have any problems, I'll reach out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a hand from Joyce Lynn. Joyce
Yeah.
Lynn, you may unmute.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. This is just a quick one. Please, when will the recording for yesterday be available? It's not been loaded.
For what?
The recording for yesterday's section, yes, and today's section.
No, I'm sure they said they sent the link from the chat board, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Ms. Jocelyn, yes, we have sent the recording, the link a couple of times on the chats. I will share it again before you leave to this session today. But we have shared it, and we are going to share today's session again. I will share the recording
I'm
again
very
today.
grateful.
And so a suggestion will also be that everyone goes through the recordings, and then if there's anything that they don't understand, then they can consult with Mr. Singo, but we can go through the recording first and see if you understand, and maybe try to do certain things on your side on the Atlas TI,
Yeah.
and then come up with specific questions for Mr. Singo. Thank you. There's also a hand, there was a hand that was raised and quickly went down. So I don't know who it was, but if you feel like you're okay, then that's fine. Okay, Mankai. Okay, let me allow your mic and then you can unmute.
No,
Yes.
thank you. Your colleague, may I ask a colleague who also said, who was speaking after the presenter, the facilitator, to also share his email. Are we allowed also to reach out to him to ask for assistance if we can't find Given? Thank you.
Okay, are you referring to Dr. Gabriel?
I'm not sure if it's
Or-
Dr. Gabriel, but he spoke not so long ago.
Or Chipiwa for about Atlas installation.
Yes.
Or
okay,
he will write his email there on chatbot.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't distracted. You looking for my email?
No, she was asking that my colleague, so that she can, if she's having the problem with the installation, my colleague will assist her. Then he will write the email there. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Singo, for availing yourself yet again today to give us this presentation. And as I've already mentioned, that we are going to share the recordings. We already shared yesterday's one, and we will share it again, and we'll share today's recording again. And we also have another workshop tomorrow with Mr. Singo again, from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock. Please avail yourself. And can we also maintain the same rule that when Mr. Singo is busy on the Atlas TI, we all log out, and then we can go back and refer to the recording and then do our work after the session, so that we can start on time and also finish on time, and also to give Mr. Singo an opportunity to show us the certain things that he needs to show us, and also ask questions to him on things that we need clarity on. And also just to remind you that I have placed the feedback survey on the chat. I'll put it again. Before you leave the session, can you please complete the feedback survey? And this will ensure that you get the certificate of attendance. And you can also, on this feedback survey, suggest some of the topics that you would want us to cover in future. And we can arrange workshops based on that. Yes, I will share again. Let me just copy it. Yesterday's link. And then I'll put it on the chat. There we go. Thank you so much. So if there are no more questions for Mr. Singo, we will then close today's session and we will see each other again tomorrow in another session. Any final remarks, Mr. Singo?
Okay, thank you very much, and my apologies once again. Today we didn't do as many as things that I was hoping we were going to do today. So I hope tomorrow we'll manage to do things that we hope to do, because today we didn't do a lot. So after you leave, what I can ask from your colleagues, so just go and create maybe 20 code with 4 quotation on each code using the documents that I give it to you. So with that, it's going to assist you tomorrow when we start. You can either use in vivo coding, you can either use quick coding, but don't use an AI coding, or you can use in a search and code. With that, it's going to assist us when we start. You will be having a question and the challenges that you faced when you were creating those code. So that is what I can tell you to go and do it. Maybe today, tomorrow when we meet, you are going to tell me, okay, Mr. Singo, when I was doing this, I faced this and this and this and this and this. And also on my side, I will also do those 20 code that will continue using them together. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for attending.
Thank you.
Mr. Munyai.
Are we not getting the attendance register? How are you gonna send us the link besides on the chat?
We will get the information from the feedback survey that we send on the chats.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Munyai, there's a question on the chat that are you comfortable sharing your email address also?
Okay, thank you so much.
Maybe just to add on that,
I believe most people they do have my email, but I don't mind to share. It should be a problem of installation, not to someone who haven't got access to the Atlas TI, because if you need to contact me, maybe in need of access, at least you should have completed the request form first, so that I can assist you in the installation. And also, as I've indicated, that you should at least have an account which is not personal. It has to be a UJ email account. Other than that, even to the link that I'm sending to you guys, it won't work. So I assume that you all have the account that is UJ, or you have previously applied. So there are also candidates or people that when they complete that request form, instead of writing their student email address, which is a student number at student.uj.ac.za, you see a person writing his surnames and initials and write at students.uj.ac.za. So it gives me a lot of work. So once I copy that email and it bounces, you will send a message back to say that you have requested and you didn't receive any response. Kindly make it a point that when you complete this resource access form, you type your email correctly. Because imagine having to go through 100 and something requests, trying to clean the spreadsheet, checking the email if they're correct or not. It takes time. So to those who are going to apply today, I will attend all the queries tomorrow. I'll share the link tomorrow. And to those who are having challenges on the installation, tomorrow, probably before 1 o'clock tomorrow, I will check all the email. If you have any challenge, just email me tomorrow. I'll be able to set up a team session with you, and make sure that you send the email using your UJ email address, and just be next to your email so that if ever I send a calendar invite, you are able to attend to that invite, because once it passes, then you won't get access at that moment. So please, when you type, make it a point that you type it very well. And even when you create an account, make sure that you typed it very well. You don't miss a comma or any alphabet. Type it correctly. Then it will also help me on this other side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Can we leave? If Dr. Gabriel, it's okay?
Yeah, it is okay. I was just trying to give the last chance to Mankai because I see she has a hand up, but let's see if she can speak. Mankai.
Sorry, excuse my ignorance. Maybe obviously you've provided your email and guidance, but does that also apply to students who have gone through the process of ensuring that their personal email is kept in the documents of the UJ side instead of the student number? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I didn't get the question very well, but what I know is that if you are a registered student here at UJ, you basically have your student email address, which is an Outlook. So again, if you know your ULink password, you have access to your student email account. So it's just a matter of you logging into Office 365 and access and locate Outlook, then you'll be able to access your inbox. So we only cater resources to everyone who is using UJ email address. If you are using a personal email address, we are not going to send anything to you because we are not quite sure if you're a student or you are just someone who just need access. So for reporting purposes, we share all resources with in the UJ email address. Even to the resources that we share, if we discover that you created an account, maybe using your personal email address, like here on Atlas TI, on our dashboard, we are able to see who joined and which email address did they use. If you happen to use your Yahoo, then we are able to block you. You will have to reapply for access again. And then once we discover that you previously used your personal email address, we will have to have you or communicate with you separately because you are not allowed to use a personal email address. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you very much, colleagues. I think we may call it a day and we will see each other tomorrow. Have a good day further.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.